Colonel Myers here again. This is going to be another talkie video, so bear with me, but it's the best idea to get across some of these ideas and concepts that I think is important for what we're doing. So the first topic I wanted to talk about is deceptions. In Kali Ilustrisimo, it's called engaño. Engaño is this broad category of deceptions, feints, and baits, and setups, and just in general trying to fake out your opponent to land your shot. Now, when we talked about before about how the Bowie system is more of a dueling system versus use of a tactical folder, which is more of a self-defense system, that distinction is important because, again, a lot of the tactical folder stuff takes place at a middle range where you're already engaged, where fakes and deceptions are going to be less of a positive influence, where if you're talking about a sparring dueling system, then being able to be deceptive and fake the other guy out is very important. So again, I consider a broad category of deceptions. So if you watch some of the videos, I don't always bring them out, and I'm not going to try to detail all the different ways you can deceive the opponent in this video. But if you watch some of my other videos, you'll start to see that most of them there's a deception of some sort involved in the techniques that we're doing. Like on the basic structure video, this is as simple as the guard position. When I'm faced off, if you notice, I'm lined up. I've got my blade here pointed directly at the camera. It's very hard for the opponent to tell how big a blade you have, how long it is, right? Where if I'm standing like this, he knows exactly how big my blade is. If I'm faced off here, it's less obvious to him, so it's harder for him to range me and to know what's a safe distance if he can't tell how long my blade is until we engage. So that's one deception. Also in that video I talked about this being the basic guard position and not hanging your hand out here because your hand becomes a target. Well, I might do that on purpose as a bait. I purposely put my hand out there hoping the guy will take a cut at it, so boom, I can counter with my own response, right? So it can be used as a bait. Other deceptions, just like I'm throwing a thrust to get him to raise his hand and then I drift it into a different angle. Things like that. So feints, baits, deceptions are going to be throughout the system, so watch for them. Second thing I wanted to mention was the idea of defenses. As we're videos I'm going to make get more and more into the defenses. The best defense, again, for a sparring long range kind of system, the best defense is evasion and footwork. Just not getting hit, being able to move in and out quickly and move around. So good footwork is essential, right? So not being there is the number one basic defense. Number two is defending with your own attack. So he's throwing something at me and I cut into it and damage him, produce damage to his arm as he's attacking, right? In Filipino martial arts, that's called defanging the snake. You take away the weapon hand, that's the fang of the snake's no longer as dangerous. So being able to cut directly into things with the back cuts and direct cutting and some of the things you're going to see is second best after just being able to evade the strike. And then third comes actual blocking, actual stopping the attack without doing damage to the person in the process, right? A parry, a block is kind of third tier and not as good as the other two categories. And typically happens more likely at this more medium range, which we want to try to avoid being in as much as possible. But still, we're going to cover some of the basic blocks you'll see on other videos, so it's important to be able to do them well. So just some other ideas I wanted to throw out there.